Being the principal of the school that I graduated from, it is my goal to ensure that all students have an opportunity to take advantage of every resource that's available on campus. The relationships that I build are through asking various questions of each and every one of the students to get more information so that I can find ways to provide resources and support for their dreams and opportunities. So congratulations to all of the wonderful students who have met the goals that we have set, and we expect all the rest of the students to continue to strive towards meeting those benchmark obstacles. Doing well on the Smarter Balance Assessment, as well as continuing to meet the A through G requirements and keeping up your attendance so that you can go to colleges and have careers of your choices in the future.
The best way to build relationships, in my opinion, with students is starting with being authentic. I think that's one of the things I really consider to be an important component. I try to build a character and self-esteem in my students and the young people I deal with every day as intervention coordinator. One of the things I try to hold the kids accountable and then be an example for them as well. I greet my students every day. I'm very cordial with the students every day. And I always have to, or I feel that it's important to have a rapport with the students on the campus here. As a graduate of George Washington Preparatory High School, I feel it's my responsibility to really help the students navigate this academic experience and then just the life experience here. And just to really remind them of being ethical and just living their life in a very positive way. And then too, it's important that I'm an example. So as I traverse this whole experience with the students as well, I try to be that example for them. And I just really try to have fun with the students in a very academic and authentic way. And that's really important to me.
What inspires me to do well in school is I never really came from that thin, so school is my only way out, and as being in there, I wanted to eventually get my master's when I go to college, so doing well in school is my only option. Okay, for my peers, I just want to say to always keep your head up high and do your best in school, because what you have is what you make it, so do your best and never let nothing discourage you to do any less than what you can. I feel like this school offers a lot more than what other schools have offered. Like this being my first year here, they offer a lot more to help you make up classes and all that. So I feel like if you needed it, they have it here. So it is a good place to get your learning experience.
What inspires me to do so well in school is my younger brothers and sisters. They're the biggest inspiration in me. We've been going through so much throughout these past 4 years that has just been so hectic in my life, and I feel as though that if I don't show them what it's like to be successful, then they'll never know what it is. And yeah. What I want to tell you guys is, like, though we may be around a bad community, there's always good inside of it, and that's us, because we are the future. Like, we have to change. We have to change it, because if we don't do it, who's gonna do it? The people who we look up to, they getting older, and they expect us to become great. So all we can do is keep moving forward, stay positive, and don't let anything pull you down. I feel as though our school is a great learning environment for us to build a path to success. We have great counselors, great teachers that's pushing us to our fullest potential, and yeah, it's just so many opportunities that you can get going here, and that if you don't grab them, no one's gonna grab you by the hand and tell you to go get them. You have to go after and get them, because certain organizations and teachers, they do nothing but help us. And so if you don't take advantage of that, I don't know what to tell you.
I build relationships with my students in a number of ways, the main one of which is putting in time. I share of myself and let them know about me, and hopefully convey that I'm interested in them and their lives, not just their academic work, of course that's a goal, but their whole person. And I want them to know that for the most part, like, I see them And so the highs and lows, they see me on good days and bad days. I see them good days and bad days. So I want to have a circle of trust. Anyone in 3307 knows that I do consider us family. We need to get along.
First of all, I make sure that I treat them the way I wanted to be treated. So speak to them the way I expect to be spoken to. Don't, bully them or anything to that degree. Put a relationship together and treat them like human beings. They're good kids, good people. Most of the time, you just got to build a relationship and get to know each other.
What inspires me to do good at school is my grandma. Ever since I was little, she'd always tell me, you have to do this and do that. You have to be a better person than I am now. And ever since then, she's inspired me to become what I am now. I'd say to just keep going, never give up, don't doubt yourself. Even if you think like, oh, I can't do this, just keep your head up and keep going, because everything will get better and you can do anything you set your mind to.
The way that I build relationships with my students is I take a genuine approach at getting to know who they are. And I start with the simple thing is learning their names. And I'm very proud to say that I know all the names of all my seniors, and I learned them within my first year here. In addition, I know the names of hundreds of other students. And it's not just about the name, that's just the starting point that builds the foundation for building and learning more about my students and just building on that genuine relationship.
I'm trying to be better than who I was before. Not because someone else telling me to, but because I want to. Most of the times I realize that I'm only doing this because of my parents. I'm only doing this because I'm trying to fit in, but I'm not. I'm doing this because I know I already stand out, for one. Yeah, so I'm doing this because it's for myself. I'm not trying to prove anybody. If I was, then I wouldn't be happy. I'm doing this because I want to be happy. I'm trying to go somewhere, college. After college, I'm trying to go off to get a good job as an electrical engineer, and we'll take off from there. I'm not sure what's gonna happen after that, but yeah, just hoping for the future. And now is the best time to prepare for that. And if you don't prepare now, when will you? So yeah, I'm just doing this for myself. To all my peers, I say work hard now, because that hard work pays off later on in the future. If you work hard now, think about it, like graduate, get that certificate, then go off to like college or whatever. It becomes a lot easier because like the way I see it is, the higher your degree, the easier it is to get a job, and you get paid a lot more. Let's say versus a man with a doctorate and a man with a bachelor's. A man with a doctorate is obviously going to get paid more because he has more experience, and that's how they do it in the business world. Okay? I learned that I wouldn't say the hard way, but a teacher. I was lucky to be told that from a teacher, and I believe role models are also a great thing. Find yourself a role model, because that's what most of us need. And yeah, work hard, because work hard really pays off.
I effectively build relationships with my students by, number one, keeping a clear line of communication. Number two, trying to value every student, no matter how serious or, in my opinion, how frivolous the request is. And number three, try to follow up. Even though I get a lot of requests throughout the day, I try to, not always, but I try to follow up with each and every student to make them realize that they are important. They are the reason we're here at Washington Preparatory High School, trying to educate kids and to develop a relationship in the future to make sure that kids give back to their community.
The way I build relationship with students is, first of all, I give them respect, and I also give them the confidence that they can achieve and that they can do whatever they desire in life, and most importantly, respect. And so, once again, congratulations, students, for all that you've done and for all your merits.
What inspires me to do so well in school would be my parents. As they were growing up, they didn't have the same educational opportunities I have right now, which is why every time I'm offered a new opportunity, I grab it so in the future I can one day be successful, go to college, and give my parents the life they deserve. But some words I have for my peers would be to pay attention in school, and every opportunity that you get offered, take it, grab it, and use it to advantage. Because after you graduate high school, it's not no joke. You're not gonna. All these people that are on you right now, for example, teachers and counselors, they're doing this because they care for you and they want a future for you. Because after you graduate, you're not gonna have none of this. And as a senior, it's hard if. So, for example, right now, if you're in 10th, 9th, and 11th, try to get the best grades you can, because your 10th and 11th grade is what counts the most towards your GPA. Because after that, if you have a low GPA, when you're a senior, it's going to be hard to raise it up. And if you're going to graduate with honor roll and you want to get into a great college, make sure you get all straight A's. And if you need any extra help with any class, attend tutoring. Or, for example, you can also join UC Upper Bound, which is going to help you out a lot in the long run. But even if you might be struggling, don't give up. There's always hope in everything. And if you need help, just ask anyone who is able to help. In my opinion, I feel like this school is a good learning environment. Well, before I came here, I heard a lot of negative things about Washington. But honestly, when I got here, I realized Washington wasn't even bad. It's just the prison itself. If you really want to be successful, if you really want to be a straight A student, you can be. It's just a matter of fact if you want to be. For example, before I came here, I heard all these negative things, but then once I got here, it was nothing was how people would describe it to me. I am now I'm in the honor roll. I'm a film student with Mr. McCain. I got a scholarship. I went to Washington, D.C. I'm in Upper Brown. You can do anything you want to be. It's just you have to want to do so.
So building relationships with students.
First and foremost, I say hello to them.
Yeah, meeting and greeting.
Yeah, greeting.
Getting to know them.
Getting to know them. Nicknames.
Nicknames are fun.
Sometimes we find out things we don't want to know.
Right.
And we try to, rewind the clock. It doesn't always work.
Yep. Getting personal, asking them about themselves. Not just their academic self, but their what's going on at home and stuff.
I think the most fun or the most relevant for building relationships is creating projects and curriculum that's about them.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll do anything if it's about them.
Yeah, if it relates to
They're egomaniacs, students. That's what they are.
Yeah, they like to talk about themselves, and we like to hear about them.
Me. It's one big long selfie. Me. Academic awards?
Yes, the academic awards.
Congratulations, students, on your awards. Now you can get a locker.